Well, it's not much better for Kamala's running mate, or is it her support blanket? I'm not sure. But Tim Walz, he sat silently for most of the 30-minute interview, looking pretty much like a pot plant. And maybe he should have stayed silent for all of it. Listen to his explanation for claiming to have seen action in war.
The idea that you said that you were in war. Yeah. Did you misspeak, as the campaign has said?
Yeah, I said we were talking about, in this case, this was after a school shooting, the ideas of carrying these weapons of war. And my wife, the English teacher, told me my grammar's not always correct.
It wasn't a lie, Brad. He just misspoke. He's just got bad grammar.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is one of the most ridiculous excuses for him inflating his military record over the years, both claiming a rank that he cannot claim appropriately under military standards and claiming to have carried weapons in war when he never went to war. I mean, that's quite a big deal. Obviously, his service as a National Guardsman is still respectable, but inflating it is not okay and is insulting to people who actually did deploy. And then when you're actually confronted in a very milquetoast way about that by CNN, to look us in the eyes and say, well, my grammar was off. No, sir, that is absurd. I'm not buying that. He was a public school teacher for 20 years. I think he knows the difference between basic grammar, and claiming that as an excuse for why he misled the American people about his military service is pathetic, insulting, and doesn't take any real accountability or acknowledge any wrongdoing. So it's a totally insufficient answer, if you ask me. But also, why was he even there, guys? Like, can the future potential president not sit for an interview without her emotional support puppy? I don't understand why she can't do a one-on-one interview when it was less than an hour and they only released like 30 minutes of footage. That was ridiculous to me from the very get-go.
Well, I mean, he spent most of the time nodding, looking into space. I thought he was going to pull a neck muscle. He was just nodding so frantically at most of the points there. But look, we've got to talk about actor Ben Stiller, because he's thrown his support behind Kamala, but at the same time proven why he should actually stick to acting. This is what he said.
What you like about Harris' platform?
Just very excited about moving forward, and all the energy and excitement that's around this movement right now. So that's why I'm here, because it's time for change, and it seems like it's happening.
You think she'll be able to sustain the momentum post-convention?
For sure.
You think the race is going to be close?
It's going to be close, but everybody's motivated to work.
Brad, I don't even think he believes what he's saying.
Well, guys, but we're going to be moving forward. And the energy and the vibes are just fantastic. I mean, look, joking aside, this is just vapid. Just don't bother, right? I mean, he's not going to be getting the Nobel Prize for political science anytime soon. Maybe just don't talk about controversial and divisive stuff if all you have to say is hot air. But you know what? It's a little bit hard to blame him, because I'm sure he'd love to cite her policies or something, but guess what's still not on her website? Any policies whatsoever. So when you're running a vibes campaign, it's kind of hard for your supporters to offer up more than vibes, and especially when it's airhead celebrities. I mean, again, I just wish we'd all stop looking to them for our political analysis, but heck, she's not giving Ben Stiller a ton to go on.
Brad, they say there's three certainties in life: death, taxes, and MSNBC commentator Joy Reid saying stupid things. Here's her most recent contribution.
People need to start thinking of Donald Trump the way they think about Benjamin Netanyahu, who is the equivalent of him in Israel, who will do whatever his far-right backers want, and including kill a lot of people in Gaza, unlimited numbers, because he, too, is trying to stay out of prison. He, too, is indicted and will do anything to stay in power, and he's allowed the religious far-right to run that country.
Brad, I don't even know where to begin with that, so I'm hoping you can help me understand. What is she talking about?
I don't know. She is a total nutcase. She is just Trump derangement syndrome personified, but she actually went on in that clip to connect Trump's newfound support for expanding access to fertility treatments to wanting to stay out of jail. Well, actually, I think it might just be a politically popular position he's taking to try to get elected. But hey, what's that good old-fashioned common sense explanation worth when you can spin fantastical conspiracy theories and wild narratives But I mean, there's no self-reflection here that, in a sense, everything Donald Trump is running on is trying to stay out of prison because they're trying to lock up their political opponent. The Democrats and the Party of Democracy have done everything they can to try to take Trump off the ballot, to prosecute him with lawfare, sometimes with serious cases, but sometimes with farcical cases. And obviously then he's going to want to stay out of jail, and he's going to want to win the election so he can stay out of jail. I'm not sure that's the mic drop moment that Joy Reid thinks it is, but she is not known for being tethered to reality.
Yeah, she really is the chief lunatic of them all. Brad Polumbo, great to see you as always. Thank you so much for joining us.